My name is Joe Montanez, Sr. I am from Salinas, California, born and raised in Gilroy, California. I retired from law enforcement approximately 17 years ago. I met my wife in California. She was teaching there. Upon retirement, I decided that I was going to bring her back home to Carrollton, Illinois. And 17 years later, here we are. The very first time I came to this community, which was 30 years ago, I said, oh my word, how can anybody live here? Being from California, being near the ocean and all of that scene, it was like being in a foreign land for me. About my third visit out here, I began to fall in love with this community and the people. I started to introduce myself to the residents here, and just being me, I felt honored that the folks here in Carrollton accepted me as I am, you know. Obviously, I'm Hispanic, and to have been elected mayor of Carrollton as a Hispanic man, to me was just a tremendous movement forward. I've been able to bond with the people here. They have been very supportive of myself and of my family. I have learned a lot from the residents. I've learned a lot from the farmers in our community. I had a chance to ride on a tractor for the first time last year, which was quite an experience. And having retired from law enforcement and trying to explain to my fellow officers back in California what I'm doing now, they think it's hilarious. But if they could only see what it's like to live in rural America, I think they'd be real surprised. Rural America, to me, as the mayor of Carrollton, is quite different than I would have thought it was 20 years ago, having not lived here. I've heard of rural America as people who were poor, people who were not of the same type of class as other people of residences in other states. But being mayor of rural America, to me now, is completely different. To me, these are hard-working folks, people that own land, are farmers. Yes, there is poverty in this area. However, that does not seem to affect the lifestyle of a lot of people. You know, they're so family-oriented here, and that's one of the things that I envy, because all of my family are in California. I haven't seen my grandchildren in 2 years. I haven't seen my brother in 2 years, and my sisters. But to me, I really envy these folks, because to see the unity of the families here in rural America, all of the families coming together, operating their large farms, just being a family unit to me has been something very, very special. And it just continues to grow throughout the city of Carrollton, because you see the unity of the families here. Everybody here is related. So you got to be careful who you talk about and to who, because they're probably a cousin or an uncle or an aunt. The old cliche is home is where the heart is. My heart is here in Carrollton, Illinois. To me, my home is Carrollton, you know. I may not have family here, but the citizens of Carrollton are now my family. When I go back to Monterey, California to visit, I go back to see my family, but it's no longer home there for me. I feel like a tourist when I go back, even though I lived there more than all my life, half my life anyway. But to me, home is Carrollton, Illinois, you know, and I have no desire to leave. It's a good, safe, clean environment. And one of the things that really stood out to me when we first moved here is I remember our first New Year's evening here. I told my wife, do you hear that? Do I hear what? Do you hear that? She goes, what? I said, do you hear that? She goes, I don't hear anything. I said, exactly. No gunshots. No people running down the streets firing off their weapons at night. Because where I came from, we used to have to ride 4 men to a unit on New Year's because of the number of gunshots and people getting shot. So to me, this is a real comfort to be able to have an environment what I consider safe. So Carrollton is my home now, and I plan to live here as long as I can. I'm a fixture here now, and as mayor, I'm obviously going to live here, so that's where my home is.